All right, let's take a look at the secant and cosecant curves with a period change. So just like the other two, tangent and cotangent, you got to label any intercepts and asymptotes. Okay, so 2 secant of x over 4. So the period can go straight there because there's no amplitude. The period would be 2 pi divided by a fourth, which gives us 8 pi. So secant, there are several ways to graph this one. The easiest way to me to graph it, which will make it look weird, which is fine, is to kind of borrow what we did for cosine. So instead of like drawing like full parabolas, we're going to kind of draw a couple of half ones. Because again, we like things to be anchored right on 0 or anchored on the y-axis if we can help it. Okay, so you are going to have like one full parabola, but it's only the one on the left side and the one on the right side, they're only half. All right, so the period again is going from where we started all the way to where we ended. So from 0 to 8 pi is our period. And what we did for cosine, remember we kind of cut it in half because that would be right smack in the middle. So that would be like right there. So that would be 4 pi. So your asymptotes are in between the two sections again. So in between 0 and 4 pi would be 2 pi. And between 4 and 8, that would be 6, so 6 pi. And then this number here, that tells you like what the region you're staying out of. So we're staying out of the region between -2 and 2. So it looks rather odd, but to me that's kind of the easiest way to do it without having to graph a cosine curve. All right, let's try with this one. So no amplitude, so we can jump right to the period. So 2 pi over the b, which is 8. So the period is pi over 4. Okay, so just like we did before, draw that half parabola, the full one, and then the other half parabola. So the period 0 to pi over 4. We're going to cut that in half. So that would be pi over 8. Okay, and then if we cut that in half again, that would be pi over 16. And in between pi over 8 and pi over 4 would be 3 pi over 16. Oh, and then we're staying out of the region between -27 and 27. So there you go. All right, now let's tackle cosecant. Cosecant is the nicer one between the two. So no amplitude, so we get the period. So 2 pi divided by pi over 10. And that's going to give us 20. So the reason why cosecant is the nicer one between the two is because it's a vertical asymptote is where we get to start, because that's just the y-axis. So we can draw just a regular curve with this. So one parabola up and one parabola down. And then the period is going from 0 all the way to the end. So that would be 20, and then right in the middle would be 10. So there's your two, or your three asymptotes. You have your two curves, and it's staying out of the region between -1 and 1. Okay, so let's jump over here, part D. And this will close us out of the section. So 2 pi divided by pi over 3. So our period is 6. So 0, 1 asymptote, or the middle asymptote. Far asymptote is 6, so right in the middle is 3. And we have a negative in front of the function, so everything is flipped upside down. So there are your two curves. And then we're staying out of the region between -pi and pi. All right, so there's secant and cosecant. So I'll give the homework a try. In the next section, we're going to start to slide things to the left and slide things over to the right. And it does add another little element to it, but it does not make them impossible. So stay tuned and then check out the next video and see how it goes.